no padding on my ass, and my ass hurts from the bike now.
I told him to stay on topic. I really, really did.
We haven't even got on topic. We haven't got on topic yet,
Lord.
so...
For today's cup of coffee, we still have a cold. Each have a cold.
Well, mine's down now. All I'm left with is a cough.
He worked diligently for me to get whatever illness that he had. He worked diligently.
I did not.
So...
I got a bicycle today.
He did. He got a bicycle, and he's... people may be like, why did he have a bicycle? Because we live in a mountainous area, and it's not a good location to ride a bicycle or learn to ride a bicycle.
No.
We have roadways that people drive like idiots on. We have a preponderance of meth heads and any other thing that's going on. You don't want a kid to be out on the road, like that.
But I am making fast progress on it.
He is. And that was something that it was a goal that he had set for himself. And he's just very proud, and rightfully so, because he has worked at it today.
Yeah. I wanted a bike for like a good couple of years now.
Right.
And it's like, I finally had the money to get one, so I got one.
Well, and I think too, because people do this for whatever reason, as far as shaming someone. Well, why didn't you learn to do that when you were a kid? Well, what's wrong with him learning now? I don't care if you're 92. If you need to go out and ride a bicycle, have somebody on either side of you and go out and ride a damn bicycle.
Yeah. Many adults learn how to ride bicycles.
Sure they do. And it's like, I don't think, why should there have to be an age limit if you haven't done something that you can't learn to do something? Now, that holds a lot of adults back because they're like, well, I should have started this 40 years ago. Well, start now, and then you don't have to lose another 40.
That's why I did it.
Yeah. So I'm proud of him.
I need to learn my balance, because if I'm going to get a motorcycle in the future, I need that balance.
Well, that's true. So there's a difference.
Yeah.
And that has absolutely nothing to do with today's topic.
No, but I was excited and I wanted to talk about it.
Well, he wanted to share that, and I understand that.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it's a great thing.
I want to spread the joy with you. I want to spread the joy with our viewers.
I like people spreading joy. I do not like people spreading disease.
I didn't. I warned you I was sick, but I was like...
Oh, no. He coughed on me. He sneezed on me. He was just,
I did not. I did not. Even right now, I am turning my head as I cough.
And I will tell you this, as far as researching Typhoid Mary, for real, because I do that. I do believe the woman was framed. I do believe she was framed.
She was framed.
So we may explore that at some point, and we may not, because it's hard to do that without being political in some respects. So, but
let's get on BreadTube.
Look that up on yourself. I know I'm not going on BreadTube. Look that up for yourself.
He's on BreadTube.
He is, and Sticks, Hex, and Hammer, and there's quite a few people that I watch that are on that side of YouTube. So,
Get you a good cherry Pepsi.
Yes, I would like to have a Pepsi that's a cherry Pepsi Zero.
I tried to find it in two stores.
That's all right. I ordered some of the sugar-free cherry flavoring. It should be here by Friday.
I was just going to get you a bottle of cherry extract.
Yeah, but that's expensive, and it doesn't last long. What we are going to be talking about today, because that I have more time, because I can't even go out of the house right now.
Yes.
So I've been watching more episodes of A Haunting.
You've been binge watching that.
I have been binge watching that. And so because
it's a good show.
When I do that, there's something there that I'm supposed to learn. So I just roll with it and see what it is that I'm supposed to learn.
I've binge watched it because I like it.
Well, and it's like what I have learned in the many episodes, or actually the question that has come from the many episodes, is why do so many of these people, as far as the home cleansing, trying to rid themselves of the spirits or the demons or whatever, why are these things a failure? To where people will have to leave their home and stuff. And it's like on some of it, okay, who are they getting to come in to do this?
Right.
And these people, a lot of them are trying to figure this out on their own. Well, that doesn't work so good.
Right.
Even as far as, went back to an article from March of 2018 by Harriet Sherwood, and this was from The Guardian, and it was entitled Vatican to Hold Exorcist Training Course After a Rise in Possessions. And like I said, this was 2018, and it says the Vatican-backed International Association of Exorcists, which represents more than 200 Catholic, Anglican, and Orthodox priests, said that the increase represented a pastoral emergency. Now, you know it's gotten worse since then.
Pastoral emergency.
Mm-hmm. But it's interesting because that they were warning as far as deliverance ministries, and that those can be a form of spiritual abuse. And the training course through the Vatican is held in Rome, and I had heard another priest talk about this, and this was a seminar because it lasted from April the 16th through the 21st. Now, do you really think that you can learn how to be an exorcist in, 5 days? For real?
I mean, you have to be severely devout, like majorly.
It says that the focus on exorcism was the prayer of liberation, and that is a prayer commonly used for deliverance from possession, rather. Psalm 91, folks. That's your spiritual warfare psalm. And this one priest had stated, a self-taught exorcist certainly makes errors. Self-taught.
The fuck?
And he says that he will say more, that it will also take a period of apprenticeship, as happens for many professionals. Well, if you've got a shortage of people to study under, how is that going to work?
Exactly. What, do you have 10 people with one priest learning,
I don't know.
In the same room as they're doing an exorcism?
I don't know.
Exorcism.
To shadow the priest.
Yeah.
And that he further stated it's only in recent years that the demand has risen exponentially. And what he's finding out desperately is people who, in their own minds, believe, rightly or wrongly, that they're afflicted by an evil spirit. And he says he thinks in many cases they wrongly think it, but when they turn to the church doesn't know what to do with them. Now, I will tell you, that's more than just Catholic. That's most of them.
Yeah.
It says the Church of England offers guidelines on deliverance, which say that for some people, quote, going through times of suffering and anxiety, or when distressed by what seem to be continuing experiences of evil within or around them, it may be right to ask for God's saving help through the church's deliverance ministry, end quote. Are you serious? I can't believe that somebody actually said that.
The fuck? You don't say that.
And then it says,
God.
The guidelines, which were updated in 2012, say caution must be exercised, and, quote, the ministry of exorcism and deliverance may only be exercised by a priest authorized by the diocesan bishop, end quote. Okay, well, this is the jumping through hoops.
Yeah.
And all the time, somebody that has an unclean spirit and or demon, they're suffering. Their family is suffering. And it says such priests should be trained in deliverance and should not minister alone. They should be covered by adequate insurance, the document says.
You have to have insurance to do a exorcism.
Yeah. Yeah.
This tells you what sort of time we're in.
Absolutely. Then there was this statement, no one should receive ministry against their will. If somebody is possessed, there has never been a recorded incident of a demon saying, yes, take me out of this person. The only time that can be interpreted was when Christ came with the man, the demoniac that was living amongst the tombs, and that the demons said, send us into the pigs. And that was rather than him sending them into the void. So that's the only time. So
I have the
to sit
body
there and
of a
ask a
pig.
demon, it's like, do you want to leave? What are they going to say? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm home. So that's just all kinds of stupid.
I have the body of a pig.
Oh, I would laugh, but I can't because I'll go into a coughing tirade.
Yeah, me too.
What I have noticed on these shows, if they are accurate, and I'm sure that a lot of them, they may have ramped up, the incidences and stuff like that for TV purposes. They don't know what to do.
No.
They try to do these things themselves. Then they try to get people from various and sundry faiths to come in. Even if they are of the Christian belief system, these people don't know what to do. One of the episodes that I watched today, that they had gone and had gotten a Catholic priest. He came in, he was trying to psychobabble some of this stuff until he saw the entity also, and then he ran with his tail between his legs.
Psychobabble bullshit asshole.
Absolutely. That's what I did. I did when I came home from an extreme experience. And I went to my mother's church and her pastor, and he was trying to rationalize away what I was telling him. And I did look at the man and I said, don't try to psychobabble me on this. I said, I have a degree in it. This ain't it.
And shut up after that.
I think he later got out of the ministry.
Good.
Because when faced with the paranormal and supernatural, a lot of these people have no clue what they're dealing with.
Right.
And even as far as there are some well-meaning people out there. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people that do have the power of God, that they can cast these things out, because I have heard of them. Locally, I have heard of these people being able to do that. What's not them in and of themselves. But that is what is rare.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that I have not seen in the show is where people have come in and it's not enough to smudge you home. It's not enough to smudge an individual. Now, because that I am, a believer in Christ, I'm going to put that from my perspective and my personal experience with this. You have to dedicate yourself to Him.
Yeah.
Then it's a matter of that you dedicate your home, your property, that you walk your property and dedicate that to God, that you ask Him to put an angel on all the corners of your property, And it is a matter of salt, because salt purifies, it protects. I have these things on the doorpost of my home. They're called mezuzahs, and they're these little metal things, and people don't want to hear about that stuff because it's Hebraic. I do not understand this stuff with people coming against Hebrews. I really don't. I would ask somebody to explain it, but no, I don't want to know somebody's version of that. But it has scripture inside that dedicates the property and the home to God.
Right. Sorry, I was taking a drink.
And even though that we have had somebody in our home that had an unclean spirit and or demonic spirit, it never affected me or Clay.
No.
It never jumped on us. It was a matter of continued prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because when I was trying to get outside help for this individual and calling church after church after church, and again, people not knowing what to do. They acted like that you could lay hands and pray over somebody once, and that was supposed to be it. That's not how that works.
No, not at all.
And it was funny because there used to be a gentleman in the area. He had a couple of churches in the area, and that one of his claims to fame was that he had a deliverance ministry and was supposed to teach other people how to also, be able to deliver others.
He's a dumb fuck.
So I called these people and set up appointments. Every time they would, that they would back off, they would have to reschedule. And he never would talk to me about it. And I looked online today to see if he was still locally. Oh, no, he is one of these international TV preachers, which was what he always wanted to be.
Well, you're making that money, but guess what? God's going to strike him down just like every other TV preacher.
You know, he better make good of it while he's here, because afterwards it's going to be a totally different thing.
Can I call out the preacher?
No, because I'm not even going to give him more advertising. God knows who he is. But I thought that was pretty interesting.
I got reprimanded for just shaking my head. I didn't say anything. I was just shaking my head. That could have been about anything.
I understand that, but that was a totally different person.
Well, yeah, but it goes into your experience somewhere.
Oh, well, everybody's had this wounded by religion type thing, which is why we're just followers. We're not religious. It's just how we live. But with this, it is concerning to me because the need is great.
Yeah.
And you know, that's talking about the blind leading the blind and them falling into a ditch. People can't teach what they don't know.
Exactly.
And we are supposed to be able to do this, so why can't we do this?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And as far as demons, when you're talking to some of those things, and it's not all this
horrifying
dark black shadow. Now, you can tell the difference, that it is not the person.
Yeah.
And we never wanted this experience. And as far as this missing time when the demon is in control, oh yeah, that shit's real. To tell somebody, hey, you did this, and to have them sit there and look at you and be serious and go, I didn't do that. And to have gaps of their life missing. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I heard there was some kind of pop over there, and it's all right. So.
You ain't getting our goat today.
So within some of that stuff, you know, who you gonna call? Don't know. It's like you call on Christ, that's it.
Yeah.
To lead and guide, and somebody will be provided.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's it. That is. And that's something that these people are trying to command, these supernatural things of their own power. No, as humans, we don't have it. As evidenced by these people not having these things persist in their homes. Mm-hmm. You know? So that's just, it's interesting, and it's like kid had some kind of chill. So.
Because I'm like,
Yeah. Well, that's, we've had whatever it is. So anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So study up on it, and if I am missing stuff,
you want to take some online classes for it?
I know that. Yeah, there are these online classes: how to be an exorcist, how to cast out demons. Those are
scams.
That's not only a scam; that can be dangerous.
Very much so.
Because these people go out here and
normal people don't have that power.
Well, no, people don't. God does.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of learning how to do these things, learning who you are, what authority that you have through Christ.
Right.
And a lot of people don't.
Right.
And even as some of these people going through waving a crucifix and sprinkling some salt water, that don't always cut that.
No.
And that goes back.
Some salt water. It's supposed to be blessed.
It is, but that's what it is. And then on some of this, because people who try to do this and do not have the power of God behind them, that biblical account to where these people thought that they could cast out the demons, and that the demons looked at them and said, Jesus, I know. Paul, I know. Who are you? And that the demon had stripped them off naked and sent them running through the streets. The demon had absolutely kicked their asses.
Yeah.
So.
Don't fuck with the demon.
Well, it's a matter, if you've got something like that in your house, and people do, what do? You research. You find somebody that is a true believer. Not just wearing a label. Not just wearing whatever trappings. If you've got somebody that's like, oh, I have the power to run. Because that is somebody going to get you hurt, and they're going to get themselves hurt.
Absolutely.
That's what I've always told you about Zach Bagans. It concerns me that something is really going to hurt that man.
It already has multiple times. Like, like, he understands the risks, though.
Well, it's just...
He touched Annabelle!
I don't care. He's doing this as a lark, and some of these other people, they think... They get inspired. They go out here. They trying to mess with some of this stuff.
No, he touched Annabelle, and it almost hurt him.
Right. I get that. But also, it can inspire other people. If you're going to do some of this ghost chasing stuff, know what you're doing. Know the possibilities. This is not just something that you do for shits and giggles. It's not.
Not at all.
So if you've already got some kind of something going on, but you know that there are, if you pray diligently, God will provide you with somebody, someplace that will help you. Mm-hmm. And it may not be in the places you think you would find them.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's funny. Do not do anything as far as somebody... Ask a demon, do you want to be cast out? My God, what kind of idiocy.
You don't ask a demon if it wants to be cast out. You cast it out.
Right.
Regardless.
That is where you have to recognize. Right. That is where you have to recognize. And it's not all somebody, their eyes turning totally black with the scleras and stuff like that. Or foaming at the mouth or any of that stuff.
Seizure. That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood. But when you've got somebody that their personality totally reverses, that you can feel the energy and you know that is not that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary.
It is scary. And then to try to minister to that person later and to sit there and go, I understand it was not you. And the remorse and just the heart-rendering regret. Right. Because it was not them. They were not there. They were taken over by an unclean spirit.
Yeah.
And I had actually found a link it was from the psychological community, and that they were recognizing spirit attachments. And when I went to the link was gone. So I don't know if they got renounced by the psychological community. Seems like it was over in the UK or something. Because you've got a lot of people that want to deny this, but you've got people denying reality on a basis that everybody can see, let alone them denying stuff that they can't see.
Right. So what the fuck?
That in itself is demonic.
Yeah.
It is a spirit of deception. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my question.
Oof.
I have questions today. I have one answer. And that's Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. And there are people, it's like, no, they're actually with somebody that, and he was respectful, as well, fairly respectful there on BitChute, that had said something about my faith. And I'm like, I explained to him. I wasn't angry with him. I didn't come at him because a lot of people don't understand. I know who was there for me when I was in a situation with the supernatural and the paranormal that I could have died.
Yeah.
And I know who was there for me. So that's why. Anyhow, if y'all have answers, please put them in the comment box.
Yes.
If you've had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural encounters, or UFOs, aliens, cryptids, I'm going to go in here and get some more rock and rye.
Getting that hard rock and rye.
Yeah. If you've got local, regional, or family myths and legends, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the email will be in the description box. Something will be in the description box.
Y'all can copy and paste that shit.
Yeah. I think it actually sort of has it separated to where you can scroll down through there.
Yeah.
Know that you're loved. Mm-hmm. Prayers are appreciated.
Yes. Very much so. They're needed. I mean, just as much as y'all give us prayers, we give y'all prayers.
We do. We actually
So-
do sit there and pray for you all.
Yeah. So, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good, don't fuck with the demons, ride a bike.
That's right.
Have y'all ever ride a bike? Do y'all know how to ride a bike? Tell me your bike experience.
Know that you're loved,
Yes.
and we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Bye. My ass hurts.
You have no ass.
Exactly, that's why I got the bike!